Hey guys, it's Ben. It is Saturday afternoon. Got done working out. Feeling really good today, especially since we are now at 20% funding. That's right. We are 20% funded, guys. Looking at about 1,400 right now. A little over, actually. Good stuff. I want to keep that going, guys. But all of you who've backed, all of you who are unable to back but have still been supporting the project and all, I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I couldn't do this without you. I am not a social person on the internet by any real means. You know, every once in a while I'll debate people online, but I mean, I really don't do much on the internet. I used to be big into it. Not so much anymore, because you know, the older I get, the more it just feels like a total waste of time. It's just not going anywhere. It's just nothing but people gratifying their own egos, and you know, I'm guilty of that. I'm very guilty of that. I have self-esteem issues, so you know, it tends to translate poorly sometimes. But what was it? So we were talking. I brought up Outlaw Nights, and tonight around 6 o'clock, I am going to be live streaming with Simon Potier, also known as Sim. Sim's a really good guy. He's a fantastic artist. If you guys have been paying attention to like particularly my Twitter feed, I post a couple of fan art shots that he did of Outlaw Nights that you know, I love to death, just because I love I love fan art. I think that's the best. I hope, you know, one of my biggest dreams with this book, particularly for when it releases, I want to start seeing some fan art online. I want to start seeing people doing their own renditions of the characters or the scenarios. That would just be the best. I'll tell you, the thing I really like about this process, not to get too mushy, but I'll tell you, the thing I really like about it is, with this comic thing, is I write the script, and then once I've handed it off to my artist and then to my colorist, the story becomes something bigger than what I had envisioned. They add their own little details to it that make the story bigger, and they make it better than anything I had imagined. That's the part I like. I like seeing something I wrote grow beyond me, if that makes any sense. Take on a life of its own, become its own entity in the American lexicon. That's that for me is the most exciting part of this whole thing. That, and the fact that I really, because of the fact that I've got Render doing the artwork and all that, like, it's basically, you know, every time I'm getting a new page, it's like I'm the audience, you know what I mean? It's like I get to see something that, you know, something I had envisioned, but something that translated beyond that. I don't know. I might be... enough of that. It's a little mushy. I just felt like, you know, I think it's good to express gratitude. I do it a lot, but it's because it's just it's good for everybody. You know, people need to be appreciated for what they do. Yeah. Pop culture. Not much. I was hanging out with my buddy yesterday. We were talking about a lot of things. But yeah, the biggest thing I think he and I both have in common, aside from the fact that we both just love to laugh at the Disney Channel, is, you know, we both just, it's like we both experienced better, we experienced more talented forms of storytelling, you know, growing up, because we were both, you know, I think for the most part, a lot of 90s kids like ourselves were very much TV kids. We were all about that, you know, after school, the TV immediately comes on, you know. So it's like, you know, it kind of worked, in a weird way. It helped refine us in terms of our critiquing abilities, I think. Just because, you know, it's blatantly obvious to anybody who really paid attention to TV and movies back in the day, and then you juxtapose it with now. And also, if you just, you know, if you know any basics about storytelling, you know, the 3-act structure and all that, you'll see just how off the mark so much of the stuff nowadays is. But still, I started playing Kingdom Hearts 2 last night, if that counts. I played 2.5, or I should say. I don't think I played 2.5 on the PS4 before, so this is my first time playing it on the PS4. And I know it's like the extended cut, so there's extra stuff being thrown in there. I'll tell you, I really feel like the entire plot line of Roxas, well, number one, it worked in that it was kind of different for the way Disney had been operating. You know, Disney loves everything to be poppy and colorful, and everything just has a perfect wrap up, blah blah blah. Roxas was kind of different from that normal little flow chart there, because he's a very tragic character. You know, he's essentially told by people in the story who are supposed to be good guys that you should never have existed. Your existence is bullshit. Your existence is a lie. You know, the most messed up thing you could tell somebody, you know, you should never have existed. You know, like, really messed up. But in a way, it's like, I know this sounds bizarre, but like, it's kind of refreshing to get something kind of messed up in a Disney story, just because you know, it shows like, okay, there's some people trying to think a little outside of the paradigm here, a little outside of the norm. It was but aside from that, I find most of the time in Kingdom Hearts 2, it felt like Roxas's story was kind of shoehorned. It was like it was just the beginning, and then he's just kind of mentioned at the end. And it really didn't translate well to me. It was like, what was the point of setting up that plot line? But Kingdom Hearts 2 was a mess, in terms of the fact that they started off as Squaresoft making this game, and you can tell, like, you can just tell if you know Squaresoft and you know how Square Enix is, you can tell where Square Enix dropped off, where Squaresoft dropped off and where Square Enix picked it up. Because the parts where there were like really awesome story and character building, those were the parts at the very beginning and at the very end. And it really felt rushed, and it really felt cut short. There was a lot of room to grow in that storyline, and instead they kind of just let it stay flat. And they replaced it with Mulan World and what were the other ones in Kingdom Hearts 2? Well, I'm gonna find out soon. I know the Pirates World was in that one. That was kind of bizarre to me. And just, you know, lazy with the whole villains and stuff in Kingdom Hearts 2. It's weird with Kingdom Hearts, man. You know, you got a bunch of lore building in the side games, and then in the main installments of the series, it's just flash. You know, and like the substance is kept to such a minimum. Now, granted, it's kept there enough to where it kind of piques your interest, but they don't pay it off, and that's what bugs me. So anyway, that is my update for today. Oh, shoot, also forgot. After Simon Poitier, after his show around 9:45 Eastern, I am going to be going on to Red Gaze's channel again, and I'm gonna be promoting the heck out of Outlaw Nights. So check out Simon Poitier, Doodle and Chill, and also check out Red Gaze's shoot. It's a new show he's doing tonight for his channel. And I know he's hosting it alongside Lola, but for the life of me, the name is blanking. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. If you like anything I have to say, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. And please go ahead and click on the link in the description of this video. It will take you to the Indiegogo page for Outlaw Nights. Be sure to get a copy of that because you're going to want it. And as always, thank you so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow.